the doors. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Daily with Doc. My name is Becca Dukes, and I am excited to be the host of this program as we are bringing empowering information around the world that allows people to have knowledge in their toolbox to make options or choices with additional options to allow them to be their best. And that is physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially. And today we are going to be spotlighting some of the people that I am so honored to be able to surround myself with, as they are powerful women in the business of helping others like I do. I absolutely love it. And I know they do too. And we're going to be sharing some stories and hopefully some motivation and inspiration to all of you, women or male, doesn't matter. There are things out there that you can do that really have a fantastic purpose in helping your own family, your communities, and together we help the world become healthier, wiser, and all those other good things. So, folks, if you were invited to this program by somebody specific, I want to make sure that you get back with the person that shared this program with you. Let them know what you liked best about the program, how you want to be involved as well, because folks, in the world that we're living in, there are no limitations other than our own selves. So release yourself and allow yourself to be able to find a purpose in helping others. And in return, it also helps you both physically and financially, mentally, and especially if you want a strong, positive community to help build yourself up or just be part of, we have that as well. So now there's a lot of people that go into business by themselves or for themselves and end up being by themselves. And when you're by yourself and you don't have like that inspiration to keep you motivated, have those people to help pull you up and keep you rolling, it's a little more difficult. But as I said, I am honored to be able to surround myself with some amazing, amazing women. So if I could have on the screen with me, I would like to introduce to you Yolanda Brown, Susan Ressner. There's Yolanda. And we have Teresa Urostegui and Jeanette Anderson and Phyllis Anderson. Now, all of these ladies are coming from different walks of life. We're going to hear a little bit about where they were, where they're at, and what has helped them to get to where they are. So I'm going to go ahead and, as I have people on the screen with me, I'm going to go ahead and just start on my right and go through some questions that I have. And we're going to go kind of a round table type interview panel here today. And Susan, let's start with you. So first, tell us a little bit about yourself in 1 minute.
Okay, well, as you know, I'm Susan Ressner, and I'm the mother of 3 wonderful sons, and I've been a part of Youngevity now for almost 13 years. I live in Indiana area, and I have one beautiful little granddaughter, and I'm 65 now. And so thankful that I heard Dr. Wallach's message, because I'm definitely living younger, longer.
Absolutely. Fantastic. Thank you, Susan. 65. She doesn't look it, does she, folks?
Mm-hmm.
Next, let's go to Yolanda. Yolanda, go ahead and introduce yourself for me, please.
Absolutely. My name is Yolanda Brown. I am in Sugar Land, Texas. And, excuse my voice today, guys, but this is what happens when you get so excited about the fact that you're part of something that's bigger than you are. So being in Sugar Land, Texas, which is one of the sweetest places to live, I will tell you that what I basically do is that I am an empowerment coach. Prior to that, I was in corporate America. And what I basically do is empower you, the professional, to be the best that you can be, to help you to rewrite your life script to be a better you so that you can do more and enjoy and have fun in life. That's me, Yolanda Brown.
Yes, wonderful. Thank you so much, Yolanda. Appreciate that. I love it. And Teresa, please introduce yourself. Where are you from? Who are you?
Thank you. My name is Teresa Yurustegui, and I live in Anaheim, California. And I used to work for a corporate for over almost 30 years. I was doing customer service in different companies. And then I got started, somebody shared with me Dr. Wallach, so CD, and I started doing this. But other than that, that's what I've been doing, customer service.
All right. Thank you so much, Teresa. And we heard not too long ago from Jeanette Anderson. Jeanette.
Good morning.
Share with us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, I'm Jeanette Anderson. I live in Melbourne, Australia, which is as far south as practically as you can get. I'm the co-owner and co-founder of Nature Direct, and we were founded in 2007, so we're now 16 years old, and we manufacture and distribute a range of natural products, disinfecting, air control products. And it's been my job over the years to actually promote this brand, get out in the field. I've been in network marketing for 33 years. I am the mother of 2 adult children, one who lives in the US, and 2 grandchildren, Henry and Jemima. And that's what I do. And that's my daily business. And it's been part of my DNA. I've been working for myself for 33 years.
Wow.
Fantastic. Awesome. Thank you so much, Jeanette.
Oh, and I'm 66.
Oh, and 66. All right. And Phyllis, welcome to Daily with Doc as a guest, my dear. Tell us about yourself.
66, great age. That's what I am. I grew up in New England and escaped to go to school in Iowa, got a degree in psychology, and I learned one thing real well, which was I had no business telling anyone else what to do because I hardly knew that myself. I knew also I wasn't cut out for a corporate career, which is why I ended up basically on a whim moving to a small beach town in California. So here's what happened is I volunteered for a women's news magazine and I learned how to do graphics. So in the early 80s, 3 women and I started a graphics business, and ultimately I ended up taking over the whole thing, taking that on. And there were plenty of clients, but lots of competition. It was pretty dang stressful. We had deadlines every day. Things had to be perfect. I was working 60 plus hours a week. And at age 30, I was working harder than ever and I was just barely making it. Fortunately, I met Andy, my husband, in 87, and we married the following year, and knowing just that we were kindred souls.
That's fantastic. And yes, you are. I love your souls. Thank you so much, Phyllis. And folks, my name is Becca Dukes. I am the baby here. But I don't think any of us feel old. I am 52 years old. I have 3 adult children, 1 preteen, just turned preteen this week. And I have 4 grandchildren. So I actually found Dr. Wallach and longevity when I was stuck in bed, not looking forward to each and every moment, and feeling like I am way too young to feel this old. And that is what is where I was on a lot of pharmaceuticals. I actually had, prior to getting pregnant, I had done several jobs. My main job, though, was I was a statistical analyst for a medical manufacturing company. And back when I was 29 on the quality assurance returns team, I told myself, I made a vow to myself that I would find a way to never, ever have to need the device that we were manufacturing. And fortunately, I can with confidence say that I will never need that device. So folks, Welcome to our women's panel of women who are making it in network marketing, and we are using the Youngevity company and products as our vehicle to have purpose in reaching the world and making healthier communities. So we're going to be going around again, and this time we're going to ask a little more detail into where were you when you found Youngevity? A little bit about your health, a little bit about maybe your career. And let's go ahead and start with Susan.
Great. Well, I was actually managing GNCs at the time. But I had decided to be a stay-at-home mom after my boys were born, after my first child was born. But then the downturn in the economy forced me really to get a job outside of the home. I didn't want to do that. I was raised by a single mother, bless her heart. She raised 4 girls all by herself. I really didn't want to do that. I wanted to be there for my kids. And but anyway, I was working at GNC, and I was really praying about something that I could do that I was really passionate about in health, fitness, wellness. But I wanted some flexibility with my time, because as a manager, if anybody's ever done retail management, you're really, you're never really off the clock, because if someone doesn't show up, you have to go in, right? So it's so funny because I was in the kitchen cooking one day, and I was a big talk radio junkie at the time. And as I was cooking, I was listening to a radio station, and it was Dr. Wallach being interviewed. Now, I didn't know who Dr. Wallach was at the time, but what he said to me was so amazing, and he was going to be speaking in my town the following week. And it was something that I had been praying about for months and months, to find something in health, fitness, and wellness, something that I was passionate about. But again, that caveat being having that time flexibility. So I heard him speak, and I was so amazed. And I have to say, I wasn't really big on network marketing. It wasn't something I was so excited about. Some of the rah-rah sis kumbah kind of turned me off at the time. But his message was so unbelievably powerful. And I thought, this is an answer to my prayers. And so I signed up. I became a distributor. And after, a couple of months of really reading his books and everything, I decided to jump in both feet. And here I am almost 13 years later.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Susan. I know some of those companies is just you go and it's all hoorah, hoorah, walk out the door and everybody's dead. That's one thing I love about Youngevity is we keep it going, but it's not just hoorah, it's action with purpose. So thank you so much, Susan. And Yolanda, share with us a little deeper into where you were when you found Youngevity.
So, I really have to really start back when we found this industry, my husband and I, network marketing. I didn't want to have anything to do with it. I had a fantastic job, leadership position in corporate America, traveling all over the world, doing things that I really enjoyed doing. But I was traveling because I had to, not because I wanted to. There's a big difference. Got to go places most people dream of going. Got to meet celebrities, shook hands with them, had dinner with them. Most people will never get a chance to meet. But again, it was because I had to do it, not because I wanted to do it. But I did enjoy it. There's no doubt about it. So my husband said he wanted to find something that we could have a residual income. And I was like, okay, do your thing. Whatever that is, I support you in that. But then all of a sudden I realized that this industry created more millionaires than any other industry. So I started doing my homework. I stopped being so naive, and I started really listening and understanding what residual income was. And so we got into the industry, and it turned my life around. I was able to leave that corporate world at my choice. So that's really a plus. So understanding that. So now when we found Youngevity, we were with another company, and we are about fucoidin. So it's a main ingredient in our product, Z-Radical, and we've always been fucoidin folks prior to, and definitely will always be. That's what attracted us to this industry. So we were with Escape, and we were acquired by Longevity. And it gave us a home. It gave us an opportunity all of a sudden to expand into other countries and to continue to have a product that was standardized and that worked. So prior to Longevity, prior to this industry, it was about corporate life. But understanding this industry and understanding Longevity and the mission to stop human suffering physically as well as financially, to help individuals to dream again, that's how we got here. And that's what excites us and continues to excite us and keeps us here. It's the message that we have here at Longevity. Yeah, to live younger, longer, but more importantly, to really work your dream and have a purpose and a passion to make it happen.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And folks, you know, when we're working for somebody, it's when you have to do it, even though you're going to all these great places, doesn't always mean that's where you want to be or that you're enjoying it. I mean, it gives you opportunities, right, Yolanda? You saw places you may not have ever seen.
And trust me, I love what I did. But when I actually had to sit down and put it on paper and say, okay, if this was not what you were doing, and would you be traveling 90% of the time? What would you be doing? You would be planning on where you wanted to go when you wanted to be there. Not, I have to be on the West Coast this week, and then 3 days later, I'm going to be on the East Coast. And then 2 days later, and this was an actual itinerary for me. I was on the West Coast for 3 days. Then I had to be back on the East Coast for 2 days. I came home packed. Unpacked, packed again, and I had to be in England, in London for a week. That was all in the course of 10 days or so. Think of all the time zones and all of the things that's happening there. So yeah, it was a matter of me deciding that it wasn't about what people thought I was doing. Oh, you got this fantastic job. You're going all these places, and it was fun, don't get me wrong. But the fact is, when you do it because you choose to do it, and not because if you don't do it, you're not going to get that paycheck at the end of that week or 2 weeks or whatever it is, there is a huge difference mentally that clicks in your brain for you to realize that there are options in life. And if you're not smart enough to look at those options and listen to what people are saying about that industry, that you're going to lose your shirt, you're going to do this, it's not legal, all of this nonsense, but they aren't offering you anything better, then it's time for you to step back and listen to your heart and then follow it. And your head will make the right decision at the end of the day. That's where I was, Rebecca. And that to me taught me a huge lesson in life, and that it truly is none of my business what other people think about me. But it is my business to make a difference in life and help other people to realize that they can too.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And I think we've got shaking heads here across the panel, and I think they're in agreement with you there. Teresa, share with us a little bit about where you were when you found Longevity.
I was doing also direct sales because while I was working with customer service with the corporates, I started doing the company with the skincare. So I get involved with the this great company, and then that company closed, the skincare company closed, and then I went to another skincare company. And while I was that, I heard about Longevity. One of my downlines was telling me, "Hey, Teresa, here is the this doctor is changing lives. People is getting their health. Why you don't come and listen to it?" I said, "No. I don't want anything about nothing that related to vitamins, because I don't want to get somebody that want products. That's what my concern." And then he gave me the CD of the Doctors Don't Lie. And he just said, just listen to it. And then went into my car and put the CD. And when I started listening to Dr. Wallach, I said, oh my gosh, this doctor, he's right. He had the right. Everything he says makes sense. And I said, oh, I think I'm going to go to know the company. So thanks God that it was a meeting next week. It was a meeting close where I live. So I attended that meeting. And the guy told me, hey, are you going to register? I said, no, wait a second. I need to learn a little bit more about it. And I was making notes about the products because I have never been with nutrition. I was with the skincare, which is totally different. And nutrition is completely different. But what the Dr. Wallach said, it makes sense to me. And I say, no, if it makes sense, that's a good thing. So, and I started going to those meetings, and finally I made the decision to join in because what I heard, I said, no, this is what I need, because I was suffering from different illness. So I said, this is what I need for my body to recover, because prior to that, I have done the hair analysis. So I know that the body, I said, the body is minerals, and Dr. Wallach is talking about the minerals. So, and I said, yeah, we can help a lot of people with the nutrition, because there is a lot of people that needs the get better. You know, they can't find the answer to their prayers. They can find the right products to get better, you know. So then I decided it's because I'm going to help others to get better. And that's what I love to do, helping others to get better, because it's nothing satisfactory than to see people recover their health, feeling better, doing things that they were not doing and things like that. So that's what I am here with Longevity. I'm really, really happy to be here and continue with sharing this message, which is hope for everybody.
That's beautiful. Yes. And folks, you heard Teresa say, it just made sense. His message just made sense. And that's exactly what I heard as well. It's like, oh, well, I'm looking at the ingredients on the feed bags of the animals that I take care of more than I'm doing for myself. And that was something that was really a wake up for me. And then hearing his message. Thank you so much, Teresa.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. And Jeanette, tell us a little bit of where you were when you met Longevity. So I know you were already with a company. We acquired you, like with Escape and Yolanda. Longevity acquired the company you were with. Share with us a little bit how that acquisition was for you.
Okay, well, we got approached by Facebook Messenger, and I had never heard of Dr. Wallach or Longevity or any of you and anything about their 90 for life. So it was really out of the blue. So we were very fortunate that we got approached, and I was very grateful for that opportunity after many, many years now. That was nearly 6 years ago. So we, Sean Brown came to Australia and met with us and basically spoke about what we could do and how we could be part of this business. So I guess it really offered a bigger picture and a bigger vision. And Yolanda, I love what you said earlier. Doesn't everybody want to belong to something that's bigger than themselves? So for us, it was really an international opportunity and a chance to really, it was a good fit as well, because our products are plant-based, and we were very, very almost maniacal about our range. We had a very big team of very, very committed, purist advocates for clean living. So they read every ingredient. They were very educated, very conscious consumers. So it was really important. But the product actually came after, the message came after that. So we were really, we basically wanted to be with a company that had longevity. I'd watched companies. I was with a network marketing company. In fact, I started in the industry in 1990 when the recession had to happen. I'm not sure whether you experienced that back then. And I joined this party plan company because I needed to earn $1,951 a month to pay the mortgage. That's literally why I did it. So it was really about the money. And then, so I stayed with that company until 2004, 2003. And then I got engaged to actually to consult in the US to establish an Australian company and merge it with a company called Highlights for Children based in Ohio. So many of you would know that because your children would have grown up with that model, with those books at the doctor's office or whatever. So that was great. My job was to actually go over there and promote this brand, this particular Australian brand, and recruit people throughout the whole of the US. So then I got approached by a network marketing company to head up Southeast Asia and to actually promote a new model. And it was a hybrid model that was a combination of party plan with a network marketing model. So a really good way to move product. And I guess in a way, our social selling platform certainly is the basis of what this particular model was. So, and then 2007, we started Nature Direct. We got approached. I was working with a guy called Neil Reed, who's my business partner. And he basically said, look, I think we should take on this French product and do it ourselves. So we did. And we were a startup company before the word became a startup. We had nothing. We had no website for 6 months. We had a team of people and we had to do everything, the documentation, the labels, the compliance with the government. So it was very overwhelming. So I have enormous respect and admiration for what Youngevity do with their products and with what they do through to get them in people's homes and to basically promote the message of Dr. Wallach. And I now know, of course, that 90 for Life message is really the foundation of the company. You know, it's a very big vision and they offer really great support. And it's tough being in business on your own. When you are the owner and Yolanda, you'd probably relate to me here, everything is on your shoulders. And there's some really good solace sometimes when people used to ask me questions time and time again. Oh, I'm really sorry. It's not my business anymore. You'll have to go straight to Youngevity. So, and that really was a huge relief to actually have that team of people behind me. I mean, the people I've got that have got my back, Louise Adrian, Sean Brown, and the corporate people, they're amazing. And there's nothing like that support. I feel a sense of relief and that this company is not a fly-by-night company. I've watched companies really grow really quickly, faster than you can imagine, throughout Asia as well. And they come in and they're all, you know, booming on their business models, and they're recruiting people everywhere and bringing teams in. And then within 2 years, the product's basically gone. I could name probably 6 of them on my hand right now. So I think longevity was really important as well. And I think consistency with Youngevity, and they're very compliant, they're conservative. They, you know, they don't jump into decisions lightly. They really are considered about that. So I'm very grateful to be part of this umbrella because of all of those reasons. So, and looking back from my 66 years or 33 years in network marketing, I can see a pattern of this industry. And, you know, it's changed its face many times. And I think in the last 3 or 4 years, since becoming a health coach, that really has changed my life completely. And it's broadened my perspective of what natural living and natural health is all about.
I love that, you know, because I've seen a lot of companies come and go. I mean, altogether, I've been with 17 different companies. Not one of them stayed, or did I stay long enough to make anything out of? And folks, I just want to make sure that it's clear that this program is not meant to make any type of financial claims, but as you can see, we're each coming from different walks of life, different places, different levels, coming from different backgrounds and careers, yet we had that passion to help people. So, thank you, Jeanette. Now, Phyllis, where exactly were you when Youngevity found you?
Well, I love how you said that question, how it found me. I do think this business finds people when they're ready, and it's through other people. It's through people like us is how they find Youngevity, and they're ready or they're not. But if it rings a bell, then yes, you're ready. Way back in 1991, the owner of a local talk radio station in our small beach town, and his name's Michael Swirling, he walked into my office, and because we both belong to a barter network, and Andy was there, and he engaged him with his gift of gab, and MZ immediately snagged him to be a weekend radio talk host. And he did that for 2 years. And I helped as a call screener. I did some hosting of radio myself. I learned how to do the board once, and it was exciting and just a lot of fun. And we became friends with him. And of course, this is long before Youngevity. and we would go out to lunch every so often. What happened is in 1995, I took a break from graphics to work at a job alongside Andy. He had gotten a job, and again, for both of us being entrepreneurs, this was a little out of our comfort zone to have another job. But we worked as private investigators, and this was for a detective agency that investigated workers' comp fraud for insurance companies throughout the state of California. So we were going all over California and running investigations, and it was just fascinating work. It really was fun. But what we ran into, and those of you who have had a job, you're familiar with a clash or a run-in with a supervisor or a boss. And we ran into a situation where our supervisor did not stand behind us in a situation which was not our fault. And our workload was cut way back. And the day that happened, that very night, Michael called and he asked, would you like to clear stations? And we had no idea what that meant. But Dr. Wallach and he had started up a partnership with Dr. Wallach's brand new radio show called Dead Doctors Don't Lie. And we had heard of Dr. Wallach. We knew very little about him. But like a lot of you, we had a bootleg cassette kicking around in a drawer. I had never listened to it. And Jeanette, I can very much relate to what you're saying, by the way, about the workload of taking care of everything being taken off your shoulders. I did want to throw that in. But one of the reasons, well, the main reason we got it was for the business. We didn't have any health issues, or so we thought. And once we started the products, very, very quickly, we discovered we'd had low blood sugar in a big way. We were fatigued during the day, and I just wanted to eat everything in sight. I would go home and flop down on my bed and, not do anything. We had low blood sugar. So that is how the business found us. And we are unusual in that we're going in for the business, because quite a few people do go in for health issues.
And
right.
The product.
And yeah, people go in for the product. Now, Phyllis said a key phrase, which this program has been kind of would it be the predecessor of? So Phyllis and her husband, Andy, and Michael Zerling were very instrumental in getting Dr. Wallach on the radio with the Dead Doctors Don't Lie show. And I've had a lot of people ask me, what happened to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie show? Where's it at? How's Shar? How's Doc? I'm happy to say they are both doing very well, folks. Just when you get to a certain part of life and you've been working for 30 years, day in, day out, you deserve a break. Absolutely. So I just want to say thank you to Phyllis and Andy and Michael Zerling for getting Dr. Wallach on those airways, because if it wasn't for that show, I would not be here today. So I'm very thankful for that. So folks, that's just the way people hear about opportunities that can be life-changing. Somebody shared it with each of us in some way, shape, or form. Now, I'd like to go to the next question, and I think we've touched a little bit about it on becoming a distributor, but my question, I'm going to move to the next one, ladies, is what has kept you with Youngevity? So Susan, what has kept you here? You've been here 12 years, I think is what I remember you saying. That's a long time. What keeps you with Youngevity?
Well, really, I mean, I didn't get into becoming a distributor for the health reasons, kind of like Phyllis. I thought I was pretty healthy, but then I too saw, okay, I'm not as healthy as I thought I was. So certainly the benefits of the supplements has been certainly a big part of staying with it. I see they work. I mean, like I told you, I used to manage GNCs, and I mean, I'm not saying I never get sick anymore, but it's never like what I did in the past. Oh my gosh, winters, 2-3 weeks, I'd be toast every winter. And then I get on Dr. Wallach supplements. I mean, it's a rare thing that I get sick anymore. And the blood sugar, no more problems there either. No joint problems, all the things that, you kind of expect to happen as you age, kind of the world has accepted as being a part of aging. So absolutely, the supplements and the way they work has been certainly a big motivator. But also just having the opportunity to work with so many wonderful people over the years, and then their testimonies and seeing the fabulous results they're getting. That's exciting. When you help people, when you transform their lives, it's just, I don't know, it's just so gratifying and deeply moving to know that you've made an impact or have helped women conceive and have healthy babies. I mean, come on now. How exciting is that? But of course, I cannot deny that having the source of income has been an amazing blessing to me and our family. I can remember times when, because we had some struggles financially, we had quite a few, especially when we had that downturn in the economy. But just over the years in our marriage, we've had those ups and downs, having plenty and not having plenty. And when I was able, I hosted a Christmas party for my team, my local team, and I spent a lot of money on the food and all the fun stuff that we did. And I had to say, when I ran my card, I just said, thank you, God. Thank you that this is not stressing me. This is not a strain on my life, or because I can remember I used to live in Florida, and I don't know if any of you know Publix is a big grocery store chain there. But when my boys were young, they had a policy where if they overcharged you for something, then you could get that money back. If they overcharged you, they give you the product and the money back. And I was so excited they overcharged me, because I could go get that block of cheddar cheese to make dinner, for the kids and things. That's the struggle. And so just having the financial reward that I've experienced, and it's not like I sit around twiddling my thumbs. I've worked. It's not like I was sitting on the beach, and I'm not saying I can't do that. I can, because there is residual income. And when I need to take off, I can. Like this year, we had a graduation. My son graduated from college. We had his wedding. I had 2 funerals. I mean, I could go and be a part of those and not have to strain and stress and, oh my gosh, can I get the time off? PTO, can I get the PTO? And I didn't have to worry about that. So absolutely, the freedom that it's given me in that respect. So the health benefits and the financial benefits and the reward of working with wonderful people, not only, that are in doing this business, but that you've helped over the years. Those are all the key things that have just kept me with longevity.
That's awesome. I love it. I love those phone calls. Say, I'm pregnant. People that haven't been able to get pregnant, or they've had so many miscarriages, and here they've hit 6 months, which is the longest that they've ever been able to carry a baby, and then they have a full term and you get baby pictures. I love it. Absolutely love it. Thank you, Susan. And Yolanda, what keeps you with longevity?
Susan, there was something that you said, and Rebecca, thank you again for this opportunity. There was something that you said, that the struggle, that we all have those struggles in life, and the struggle is what keeps us strong. The dream is what keeps me here. So I'll tell you a quick story. My husband, Raymond, most of you know Raymond, everybody loves Raymond, and he loves this industry. The relationships keeps us here. The dream keeps us here. So Raymond's dream when he got into this industry, we were just sitting down and talking. He says, you know what I want? He says, I want to be able to have a residual income where we can make at least $2,500 a month, in addition to what we're doing with our business that we own, our office and computer supply business. Raymond ran that, and then me working in corporate America. He says, if we can do that, if something were to happen, then you know what? We could get a nice small place, we could have a car, we could put food on the table, we would be good. That's what I want. And that's what we did. We built a residual income to $2,500 a month, and then it got bigger, and then it continued to grow. And the only thing that we did differently was that we talked to more people, and our dreams got bigger. And then we realized that there was something that really worked for us. And that was something that worked, and it was simple. And that's why we still stay with that particular piece of our system, something that works and that's simple. And for us, the 90 for life is the foundation, but Z Radical is the product of choice. It works and is simple. That dream to help people to create their own residual income, what that may look like for them, is what keeps us here. Do you know that people will go to work sick day in and day out, feeling horrible, knowing that they have to go to a doctor, knowing that they should not be working because they want the money, they want that check? People tell me it's all about the health. This is the reason why I do this. Then I ask, why do people get on these products and then they get off? So you see, it's not simply about the health, but it is about what you can do for me to help me to stay healthy by creating my wealth, increasing my wealth. So what keeps me here is the dream of other people when they get honest with themselves to realize this is work. It is network marketing. People have heard me say this before. Just replace that E in network with O in not work, and that's the only way that this does not work. So
Right.
what's the dream? That is what I live for each and every day, because there are people out there waiting to talk with us, because we can help them and their dreams to come true. We can help them to create their own economy as we continue to create ours. We can help them to have a better life as we continue to create our better life. And as Raymond says, this is the greatest laboratory that he has ever seen, where he can touch every walk of life if a person truly wants their dream to come true. That's why I stay here. That's what keeps me here, the dream.
I love it. You know, I had stopped dreaming.
We all have. Most of us won't admit it, but we stop when we get a little bit and we go, we're good now. We're good now. That means our dream is stopped. No, we can all get better. And guess what? It may not just be you getting better, but what you're doing for someone else to get better. And then all of a sudden your increase comes by you simply helping others. That's the world of giving. We give the gift of life each and every day. And if we can just remember that and what we hold on to, and we just keep spreading it out over and over and throughout, it's like that pebble that we throw in the pond, and it just a ripple effect. Dreams don't die. People allow them to die by listening to what other people tell them. Dreams don't die. Don't let your dreams die. Never, ever, never. And if you ever talk to me, I'm not going to let your dream die. So if you want your dream to die, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me.
Oh, I love it, Yolanda. Thank you. Thank you very much. And yeah, I was at a point where I'm like, why dream? It's not going to happen anyways. But that was me getting in my own way. So,
Yep.
Folks, we are going to empower you to get out of your own way and to learn how to dream again. That's for sure. Teresa, what has kept you with longevity?
But mainly is the products. Before I knew longevity, I used to get sick every 2 months. Every 2 months, I had to go to the doctor to get a shot for the cold, for the flu, and I was tired of that. So since I started longevity 7 years ago, I don't normally get a cold. I don't normally get a flu because I'm supplementing my body with the right supplements from Dr. Wallach, the best products, because I always tell the people, minerals are the gasoline of your body. It's the fuel of your body. If you give the fuel to your body will respond to any issue that you may have. So basically, the product that's keeping me here. And then the other thing is the like we said in here, the product works and the compensation plan pays. So the compensation plan, there is no any other company, as far as I know. I don't really investigate too much about it because I know longevity has both health and wealth. Okay, so that's what is keeping me here, because I not only I can help people to recover their health, but also to get some income. There are a lot of people struggling. They don't have even enough money. If they make $100, $200 a month extra, they will be so happy because they actually need it. And it's basically, that's what it is, because when you helping others, you helping yourself, like all these beautiful ladies say. It's always helping others, because if you look at them the right way in helping them to reach to their dreams or to their goals, maybe they can start with the small goals, and then raising up, because it's really easy in longevity to grow up, to get those ranks and then get the better payment. So, but basically, mainly it's because of the products. The products work, and that's what I am here helping other people. And I actually have 2 people in here waiting for me to talk to them what they need about the nutrition. And because it's mainly, most of the people or most of the distributors in longevity, we started because of the health. And then we keep in here because we see the results. We see that they work, the product work, and the compensation plan pays. So this is basically what I am here, Becca.
Thank
And
you.
Thank you for having me here. It's actually also this because we are, sharing each other and trying to do our best for others. Thank you.
Absolutely. And I love the fact that, each of us are on different lines, folks. It's not one line and then everybody below. We work together. And I absolutely love that about longevity. Now, Jeanette, it's 2007, Nature Direct was born. 2018, you were acquired by longevity. So that kind of took a lot of the management I think off of your plate. What has kept you with longevity?
I think underlying, looking back, I wasn't really sure at the time that it was the right decision. It just felt good. Had a good vibe about it. But I was really losing my vision. And I think of those of you who've been in business before, the minutiae of daily business. So don't underestimate people who are in business already, because unless you ask, then you're never going to know. And it just becomes really overwhelming when you are the buck stops with you. I love what you said, Yolanda. This is a network company. We have a good term in Australia. This is a network company, not a net sit company. You've actually got to work, which makes a big difference. But I think one of the things that I've always said about this, because we didn't come in with a product, we didn't come in with Dr. Wallach, we didn't come in with the knowledge of this company. It's the vision that they offer a great opportunity. At a really base level to wherever you want to be. It's quite different in Australia, I think, to the US. The platform's very different over here compared to what you experience. Relationships of the people, they're amazing people. There's not one person I ever approach that doesn't. I ring on an early morning. I'm a very early morning riser, so I can ring people. And my day's over by midday. So I can talk to people and basically, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Run this idea past it. Is this a good idea? Yes, it is. No, it's not. How's it going to work? That kind of network of support. And of course, the ingredients. The ingredients really are probably the key to it. We have such a very, very, if you like, detailed group of people. Australians are very they're very skeptical. They don't believe in rah-rah. They want to know what's in the product. They go to that very, very quickly. So the health coaching program has really helped in that regard. But I love the fact that longevity is a full spectrum of health. And health takes many, many, many faces. So I think that's what probably keeps me in the business as well. But, you know, it's also my brand. Nature Direct is a really good brand. It's a fantastic fit for longevity. And it has a lot of potential in a market where there's a lot of traffic around nutrition. So Nature Direct becomes a really good entry point for people who have allergies. You know, the first thing they want to do is be able to breathe. So nutrition sometimes takes time. So I think it's really smart that what longevity have done is given doors of opportunity where people can come into the business with whatever health issue they might have, and then they can embrace the other products and the other lifestyle that longevity offers. So I think that's really critical, because there's a lot of traffic in this whole health space. So you've really got to look for that point of difference, and I think we have that point of difference.
I agree. So you're a brand ambassador for Nature Direct. Yolanda, you and Raymond are brand ambassadors for the Z Radical line. And both of these are companies that longevity found value in what they were offering enough that they wanted to bring them in under their umbrella and offer them to their customers as well. So folks, you may have a business that has great natural plant-derived products that fall in line with the longevity philosophy as well. Get back with the person that shared this program with you and see how you might be able to fit within the envelope of longevity and the products. Or maybe you just want to expand and offer more than what you offer by incorporating the longevity products into your own personal offerings. There's a lot of different ways that you can go about this, and we just invite you to come and explore with us. If there is nobody to thank, you can feel free to go to dailywithdoc.com. Use that contact option to send me an email, and I will personally get back with you as well. Now, Phyllis, what has kept you with longevity?
Well, talk about a dream dying. I think it's a minor miracle that we even got into this in the first place, with both of us having been in several network marketing companies. And it's not that they were bad companies. We just didn't make any money with them. And we were somewhat soured on the whole concept. And there was just no way we were going to do that again. And I don't know that we would even have joined longevity if Doc had not been so successful already and accessible through his cassette branding, The Dead Doctors Don't Lie, his seminars, and he was already doing regular radio appearances. So the thought that he could reach so many more people, thousands and thousands more through these radio stations, and that anybody we talked to could pick up the phone and call him and get the information straight from the horse's mouth, that is so much more convincing, you know, than simply talking with one of us that don't have the letters after our name. Another thing too is, as we got involved, we had been working in this world of workers' comp fraud, of illness and injury, and basically a lot of negativity, quite honestly. And so it was such a dream to flip to this world of health and recovery. And after working so long churning out these graphics jobs with my business and struggling with, how do I estimate, I got to bill them, I got to collect the money. As Jeanette was talking about, it was such a relief to do something so straightforward. You know, here's what Doc says, would you like to get started? And this is what it costs. Bing, bang, boom, so simple. And like all of you, we have experienced the enormous rewards of sharing Doc's message that has transformed certainly our lives, our health. We would not be how we are today, possibly maybe not even here today without these products. And we always said we'll take them every day, you know, regardless of whatever else we do. But it is truly an honor to be in this kind of position. And I can say that miracles do happen 100%. I know we've all seen that. And quite honestly, I don't know what else I could do to earn this kind of money, for sure, with no limit beyond my own efforts. To earn residual income, you sign up someone once and you make money month after month. It's just incredible. This company has made it possible for us to work from home, do as we wish on our own schedule. We've traveled the world, and best of all, as Yolanda was saying, we have associated with the wonderful, wonderful people in longevity and have just made lifelong friends. And real quickly about longevity, having been in these other companies and seeing how longevity is superior in so many ways, it made it so very easy for us to devote ourselves to this entire process.
Yeah, I agree, hands down.
Yeah.
Hands down, longevity is absolutely my home when it comes to direct sales. So last question, ladies, as we're closing out the show. AJ is asking a question. He's like, what is the best pound the pavement advice each of you ladies have? Is it large group meetings, business cards, social media posts? What has worked best for each of you? We're going to go ahead and start with Susan.
I would say yes, all the above.
Yeah.
But just getting started, sure, do business cards. That's fine. Put your replicated site on whatever. Host meetings in your home. I mean, that's what I did when I got started, where I would invite people and, show a video or something, and sample products and just that gathering, just that energy is really helpful. But initially, I mean, I would just, meet people at the gym. And at that time, of course, that was the CD. I would share the CD. I do have a cassette that's apparently someone gave me years ago before I didn't listen to it. But the CD, I came in when the CD was popular. So somehow share Dr. Wallach's message, with people. And, it is about, I mean, you are selling. But they've got to hear the message somehow, because it's Dr. Wallach's the expert that persuades people, or even how we were coached, even listen to what people are saying. And inevitably you'll find that someone's got a health problem, and then you can introduce, the verbiage that we were taught, and it still works. I work with a doctor who specializes in that particular issue. And so when people have a need, they're way more open to listening to you. But if you have avenues for Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, social media, by all means, do that, because it'll broaden your number of people that you can reach.
Absolutely. Thank you, Susan. And I know that you work closely with Rich Stotts, who the two of you are a team working that. And that's all about what this is, folks. You've heard it several times: relationships, building teams, working together. Yolanda, what is your best advice on pounding the pavement to build a business? Uh-oh. You're muted, my dear.
Got it.
There we go.
So I too would say all of the above, but I would tell everyone, you're going to find your niche. But in order for you to find that niche, you're going to have a system. And that system is going to have to be duplicatable. Because see, I could be fantastic with Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, all of this stuff. But that next person may not be comfortable with it, not sure if they want to do it. But if you have a system in which everyone can work, then they will find their niche. So it has to be the right approach in order for you to educate them. And that's why we basically tell people that if you have a system and you work with the past, the present, and the future when you're approaching someone, what is it about their past? Where are they today? And what are they looking to improve in the future? That's your conversation. And once you find that out and understand what they are looking for, it's not about your story. So that's the first thing I want people to understand. You have your story, but it is not about your story. It is about their story and what they're looking for and how you're going to help them to get where they want to be. So make it about them and your business will grow. You make it about yourself, you will go alone. And this is about a team. In order to do that, we've got to build those relationships. Use every social medium that you can, but there's one that you will never change, one that will never go away, one that you will always use forever and a day, and that's you. And you sharing with others. That will never change from this business. And if that's not what you want to do, then this is not the right business for you. You have to be willing to talk with other people. And you have to be willing to help other people and their dreams to come true. And you have to be willing to be honest with yourself to know that you're willing to work a system and work it the right way in order for your business to grow so you can have a lot of fun in doing this business and your dreams can come true. The one thing I can't give to you is the desire to make sure that you're doing all of those things. So desire is what you need most, and fun is what you will do best.
Yes. What beautifully said, Yolanda. You know, Longevity's put together a turnkey system, but if you don't open up your mouth, that turnkey system doesn't work for you. And you're not benefiting and blessing people with the opportunity that is available through Longevity.
That's right. We have the products, we have the management team, we have the longevity within our company. We've got all of those things that work for us. So it's just a matter of us going out here and using what we have and make it work. This is a medium that is making it work too, is sharing with others. So you can share what you're learning here by people listening to this medium. So that's why I'm saying the tools are here. We've got the longevity, we got the management team, we got the products that work. Yep, Z-Radical is the product of choice for us. It works. You choose. Work it. It works.
Yes, thank you, Yolanda. And Teresa, what is your advice?
I could say all the above, like the other two girls said, but especially find out what worked for you. In my case, I used to do a lot of displays out of the stores, handing out my business card, and also making that tangerine jar in there and give it to people to try on, pollen, rebound, you know, and that worked for me. But find out what works for you. But like Yolanda said, you have to have the desire to work, no matter how the weather it is. I was out of the stores, giving my business card, giving the samples, and the temperature was 115. So really hot. Oh man, I was burning, but I said, no, I have to have people, let them know that products from Dr. Wallach longevity works. Like I said before, the product works. So, but we have to have a deep desire to help the people and talk to them. There is no other way. I tried before just leaving the business cards in the apartments and things like that. Doesn't work. To me, didn't work. Maybe for somebody else. But when you talk to people, that's what it works. Because you ask questions to people, how they're going to be, how they are, and how they want to be. So basically, that's what I said. Find what it works for you. I'm not social media. I am really terrible with social media, so I don't do that because I don't know. I mean, I know I can learn, but people is really have the really ability, you know, if they're willing to do that, they have the ability to do it. Just if that work for you, do it. But person to person, you know, the physical touch with people, that's basically what it worked for me. And it can work for anybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Teresa. And Jeanette, what is your pound the pavement advice for others to build a
Okay.
business?
Well, all of the above, but when I came into the longevity database, for want of a better description, I actually didn't have a team. My whole team was under our master distributor. So I had to pound the pavement in many different ways. So I've done all of those things, and I've done it for years. And I'm a strong believer, what the leader does, the field will follow. I love what you said, Yolanda, about desire. But the other thing I do, mine's fairly practical. You have to prioritize income producing activities in talking time. I find in this industry, there's a lot of people getting ready to get ready. And they know all this stuff. They've got all the knowledge in the world, but they're not actually doing anything. And in the end, I love the structure of the goal setting in longevity, the small goals for people, the 300 Club, consistency, the various promotions they have on. These are important things. It keeps people going from one month to the other. One of the things I do, which is probably a bit different, and it's probably because we have a large database and we came into the company like you, Yolanda, with a database, but I use a lot of what they call EDMs, electronic data mail. And we do that all the time. And I get people coming back to me 18 months later when they've actually come back to that email. That people don't get rid of them, which is interesting. I think the classic line that I've always used every time I meet somebody new, particularly I deal with a lot of boxing groups as well and a lot of events that way. Do you know what your health score is? It's the best opening line. It just works because no one ever knows what that is. So do you know what your health score is? No? What's that? Well, okay. Well, this is what it is. So this way, so what's your phone number? I don't give out business cards. I don't give out brochures. What's your phone number? I use the app a lot, which is really a good tool to be able to send stuff quickly. If you've got people's phone number, I'll just email you something quickly. What's your email address? So I always go over those two practical things. But, my advice to everybody is that who starts, you've got to start talking about it. Be a product of the product, start talking about it. And we're very fortunate with the health coaching program. I believe that you've got that structure of how to approach people, and people feel they take ownership. The health evaluation surveys, for example, when people put pen to paper, they're basically taking action. They take an ownership of this process. So, ask them, what your health score is? No? Well, guess what? I'm here to tell you.
Absolutely.
It's very practical, but it's what I do.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. That's part of the Certified Holistic Health Coach course, where they teach you how to help people find their health score and then how to help them improve it as well. So that's absolutely
conversation.
It was a great education, and 5 of the 6 people that are sitting on this screen have gone through that program. And I'm not going to give out who's not, because we are all amazing health advocates that have a passion for people and helping people find that journey to better health. And last but not least, Phyllis, what is your pound the pavement advice?
Well, 2 things come to mind, and a lot of wonderful systems and methods have been mentioned already, which leads me to the thought that I don't care what people do, but as long as they do something, and they need to do something that clicks with them, as Yolanda was saying, they need to do action of some kind, ideally, consistently, even if it's very small. The small ones are easier to start with, but they need to do something. And if they're having a negative emotion, action can take that away very quickly, because suddenly they're doing something and that feels good. The second thing, I want to address why people don't do things that they know they should do. I hear this all the time. Oh, I know I should call, or whatever it is. I'd like to address why people don't do things. And it has to do with motivation. The fastest thing that will kill motivation is resentment. And resentment is big with me and Andy. And we encourage people, whatever's going on in your world that's sticking in your craw, take a look, see if you are resenting it, and just observe it. You don't have to try and get rid of the resentment. I don't think we have that power anyway, but we have the power of observation, which is extremely powerful. If we observe, how do I feel about this? Am I kind of resenting this, that this person said this thing to me and I just don't like what was said to me, or whatever it is? Once you observe it, it removes you from it, and you've created a distance. All of a sudden you become more objective, and it really takes away the block, the mental block and the emotional block and the psychic and spiritual block. It's so powerful, so powerful. Watch your resentment. That's all you have to do. You don't have to say, I'm not going to be resentful anymore. No, that doesn't work. Just observe it and then let the universe take care of it.
Wow, that was fantastic. That's fantastic, Phyllis.
That was well
Great
said.
advice.
Thank you.
Yes, thanks, Andy. You should be come on tomorrow with us. Ladies, we're at the end of our show. Does anybody have any closing comments that they would like to share?
I would like to say something. Whether you're a woman or a man, in light of what Phyllis said, I think we need to celebrate the successes of our brothers and sisters, instead of thinking, well, they had this advantage or they had that advantage, or, I think it's important not to have any sense of jealousy. I think competition's fine, that's okay. But that we just, because I know I used to compare myself, and that's not right. I mean, because we are unique individuals. God's made us very unique and very special. And it's, we're not going to ever necessarily do the same thing someone else is going to do, but we're going to do our unique thing and be our unique person. So let's just celebrate the successes of our other sisters in this business, and our brothers in this business, and just learn from them. And then you'll be raised up. It's sort of like, what is that saying that all ships, what is that that rise? I mean, all ships rise to this tide goes up. So when Jeanette's successful, Yolanda, Phyllis, or any of these, Teresa, any of these wonderful people on this call, then let's celebrate it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I totally agree with that. And I just wanted to add one last thing, is that one thing that really will bring success to all is to be consistent. So if you're starting to have weekly events, like we call ours our Happy Healthy Hour, whether we had one person show up, 2, 3, or 0, we have it every week. And we've done this throughout our career. And people always know, I know I can take them on Thursday nights. They're going to be there, whether it's 1, 2, or 3. So being consistent and believing in what you do is always going to bring you success. Celebrating others will always not only bring you success, but it's going to bring success to everyone around us. So I just want to echo what Susan said and thank the ladies here today. Unfortunately, I have to drop off. And Rebecca, thank you for putting this together. And tomorrow is going to be even better, because they just get better each and every day. But this could not have been a success without your dream of putting this panel of fantastic women together. And all I can say to all the women that are here, thank you for allowing me to be a part of your story. And I just want to again say, I celebrate each and every one of you, because we all bring so many different talents. But what's most important, we bring together that one dream, and that dream is to have better health and to also have better wealth. So thank you again for allowing me to be here today. Be blessed. Have a great rest of the week.
Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Everybody.
Yolanda. Thank you.
Cheers.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here. Make sure that you share this program with somebody that you know that could absolutely benefit from, whether it's the health message or the financial message or the message of belonging. We love the fact that we can come together as individuals, sharing the passion without having to, well, some companies you go into and it's all about one man, everybody for themselves. That's something that I have not felt here within Youngevity, even from day one. Yolanda, I went to my very first event in Dallas. I met Yolanda in the lobby of the hotel, her and Raymond. They spent 45 minutes with me. They didn't know me from Adam. I was just this overweight person, all by herself, wandering around, hoping somebody would say hi to me. I said hi to them. But folks, you don't have to be floundering around in life by yourself, wondering what you're going to do. How are you going to make it to tomorrow, whether it be physically or financially? We are opening up our hearts, our arms to you and welcoming you into our family, the Youngevity family. Get back with the person that shared this program with you. They cared enough about you as an individual and see something within you that can help a lot of people. And that gives great purpose and gives us passion to keep going. So folks, get back with the person who shared this program with you. This program is being sponsored by dailywithdoc.com. And if there is nobody to thank, feel free to go to the website and reach out to us through the contact option. We do have an email list as well that then sends you an email of the previous week's programming with descriptions to help you easily find things to share with others who may be experiencing something in their life that this program could actually speak into. My name is Becca Dukes. If I could get my co-hosts on the line with me today, I would greatly appreciate the fact that I have the opportunity to thank these people using their talents to make this program happen. We have Sherry Browning, who is helping with all of the setups with the live streaming. Her and AJ, we get together an hour early and get everything in place. We have Phyllis, who comes on. She helps with monitoring the different social media platforms and the chat, putting content into the chat when she's not part of the panel, and also helping fill those questions so we can make sure people's questions get answered. And we have Marilyn, who is doing dictation and grabbing those nuggets and putting it into type so that as you're here live with us in our Zoom, which we do have at dailywithdoc.zoom.com from 12 to 1 p.m. Pacific time, at least 3 days a week. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we are going to be working Dr. Wallach back into the schedule starting in 2024, maybe sooner. So we're looking forward to that. But Marilyn's ability to listen and type and hit enter and put it into the chat is one of the best things about being live with us, in addition to being able to do the comments and chats and ask questions as well. So folks, become part of something greater than yourself. Come join us with Youngevity and help your family, your community, and together we can help the world. Until next time.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Becca.
Thank you.